Tony, awesome, DRT. Yeah, I told you I'm working on it. Getting earlier. The good thing is the wind has definitely calmed down. Uh, Yesterday it was still rather windy. Doing the walks, getting the dirt blown in your face, or sand, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, happy Wednesday. So how's everybody? Well, so far, of anybody who's here, hopefully everybody's doing good. Appreciate you being here. I'm ready to walk. I've been knocking out the miles, stepping it up, even taking it up another notch the past 2 days. Weather supposed to be good well into the weekend, like 10% chance of rain. So yeah, happy hump day. Night Wolf, good to see you as well, Night Wolf. Happy Wednesday. It's in the 80s. That's my weather forecast. It's beautiful out. Like I said, the extended forecast is nice. Nice weather for the foreseeable future. But Tony, I see you. Oh, like I did see you earlier. But Tony's from Santa Fe. I always love how you do that. I'll never forget you're from Santa Fe. I shouldn't, because you always, that friendly reminder. Yeah, I mean, it's a little couple clouds here. It's 10:42 a.m. Wednesday, Dumaguete, Philippines. But yeah, the sun is out. It's behind a cloud right now, but that's okay. It's still warm. A decent breeze, not crazy. Again, that's why people here, like, they closed school like last Friday for the college, Silliman. Maybe all the schools, but I was aware of Silliman and the high school because they called it, they had sore eyes. I'm assuming it's from all the debris that's been blowing up in people's face and their eyes. I mean, even me, my eyes didn't get sore. I would just put like eye drops in it just to flush out dirt, or put your head down when you're walking, because it got nasty, like a lot of areas. And like you said, it's sandy, dusty, and those gusts were pretty rough. So when that gets up in your eyes, it does irritate, and who knows what else is blown in your eyes. Could be busted glass, little particles of glass, I don't know. But yeah, they call it sore eyes. They closed it down due to sore eyes. I was thinking like they meant pink eye or something like that when I initially heard that, but that's not what it was. Zippy's World, I see you. Tony, yeah, and it's like allergies. And for me, still only in my second year, there are like foreign allergy-like things that I'm exposed to. I think I'm handling it rather well, but sometimes it can be like, a challenge. It's foreign to me because I've lived in the U.S. all my life, so it's to be expected here to come, get allergy-like, cold-like symptoms. It happens. But yeah, I'm here early, unusually early, but it feels a little cooler. Am I back? Yeah, I know. It was like one of the poof, just disappears. But let me know. I'll try not to say too much. But the one nice thing about it being cloudy, my phone's not just yet getting very warm. I guess that's the one bonus. I don't care about the sun on me. It's just my phone. All right, thank you. Sorry. Like I said, it wouldn't be a live stream if I didn't get flicked off, and it was one of the ones where the app just closed. It wasn't even a connection issue. But thank you. I see you, Jeff Johnson. I see you, Jeff Virgil. So many Jeffs, so many Michaels. There's only one Dr. Red, one Tony that I know of. Yeah, a lot of Jeffs. The day is starting off so far so good. I'm a little early doing the live. I've been mentioning this lately. I just want to start earlier. I mean, I guess I could take the mindset I start earlier or I get done earlier. Just trying to be out when it's a little cooler. Again, pretty much 8 o'clock in the morning, it's in the 80s, so I guess cooler is kind of like wishful thinking, although it's cloudy now, so not supposed to be rain though. Tommy Temper, only one of me. That's true. Tommy Temper Show. Welcome, Tommy Temper. Where are you from, Tommy, if you don't mind sharing? I always think it's cool when people share where they're watching from. But for me, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. My name is Michael. If you're new to the channel, living abroad here in the Philippines, Dumaguete, from USA, born and raised in Pennsylvania. Basically all my life, with the exception of 2 years, I did live in Florida, which, as I always say, that's my preferred location. I'm a warm weather, hot weather guy. I was a snowboarder at one time. I did enjoy that, but I prefer hot and warm weather. Tommy says, oh, Gino's here. Hello, my brother, Gino. I'm gonna catch you this time. Nice to see you, Gino. When's your next live stream, Gino? I think maybe tomorrow. I thought I saw the schedule on YouTube. I think it said 8:13, which would be tomorrow. It's weird not seeing Gino, which is Dazzle TV. He used to do more live streams. Now I think he's down to like maybe one a week. I'll admit I miss it, but that's kind of good strategy, Gino. If you think about it, you become missed. So then more people show up. At least I look at it that way. But Tommy watching from Edmonton, Alberta, a little bit north of you. All right. Thank you for being here, Tommy. That's cool. I like when people share where they're from. Camila is here, says hi. DRT says hello to Gino. Gino says yes, tomorrow at 8 a.m. And again, I always give Gino a shout out. He's just been like, you know, he's a brother from another, Filipino American, lives here in the Philippines, but did live in the US. If I remember correctly, at the age of 12, he went to the US, was in the Air Force. He's a dual citizen. I haven't met Gino face to face yet, but I'm sure when we do, it'll be just like normal. But he's a very good guy. I have a lot of respect for him. I will always shout him out on my YouTube channel. Not that my channel is anything special, but I do like shouting Gino out just because he's always been good to me. And when you're good to me, I'm good to you. Mutual respect. But so yeah, tomorrow morning. So if you're not a subscriber to Gino, as you can see, it says Dazzle TV Philippines. He's very knowledgeable, as he should be. He lived here a large portion of his life, but he gives very good perspectives as a Filipino, lived in America, also from here. So I enjoy his channel. He's a good guy too. Tommy says, do I live in the Philippines? I live here, basically. I live here as long as the Philippines welcomes me, which I always tell people, just be nice, considerate, respectful, and the Philippines will return the favor. They're very good people here. That's probably the best part about being in the Philippines. But yeah, Tommy Temper, I'd say I'm full-time for the most part. Now, I did go home recently. I don't like to bring this up, but I've been home within the last 2 years twice. Most recently from June 8th until July 9th. I did to visit my mother because she wasn't doing well. But unfortunately, she passed away on June 25th, so not that long ago. But um, it's been a challenge losing my mom, and I don't want to get into that and make my live stream about my mom, but that's why I was recently back in the US. So now it's like a different kind of journey living abroad, not having my mom calling me on video chat, which kind of stinks, but it is what it is. But this is the public market. This is like one of my favorite places to always walk around because Tommy Temper, since you're new, I walk a lot, 10 plus miles every day. And this is one of the places I do go past and visit my friend here. And yeah, I exercise a lot because, in my opinion, if you don't have good health, you're not winning in life. I'd say the best thing you can have in life is health. I always say this now recently, that famous saying, if you don't, you can have a million problems, but once you have the problem of health, then you only have one problem, seems like. And being healthy and being able to enjoy this life means more to me than anything. I always have to watch because some people, sidewalks can be a little challenging. But yeah, there's nothing I would change about my decision to come here and visit. I mean, obviously I'm still here after 2 years, been home twice, but I wouldn't be here if I didn't like it. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be here. I see Pax Packney's here. Hello, how are you? Pax Packney is here. Where are you going, my friend? And I see Forever Man. Nice to see you again, too. I'm just, I just walk wherever my legs take me. But I probably should get water, being that I'm over here. I should get my water now. Yeah, she knows. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, she always knows I'm here for my water. Salamat, thank you. Let me just do this real quick so I can just drink some of this. Open it. Better to get this now than wait later. Do I buy sweet corn, says Packney. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen any sweet corn. Tony, do you drink water from my apartment faucet? No. No, I don't even rinse my teeth out when I brush my teeth, although I'm spitting. I'll take a shower in it, that's it. I'm not that courageous. But, yes, hydrated Concho Pete is spot on. But speaking of corn, they do have corn to make popcorn. I just noticed that when you mentioned that. But yeah, I definitely want to get water now because I don't know when I'm going to take my break. But it's nice to see you, Concho Pete. But no, Tony, that's a good question. I buy my drinking water. Usually it's like a big jug, filtered water. It's like 35 pesos for a huge jug. And I'm like sweating. It's hot. I order the bottled water, Tony. I order it, and then they deliver it to the apartment. It's the big, I don't know how many gallons. It's the big jugs that I put in the water dispenser. I have 2 containers. I have 2 running at one time. So no, I definitely order that. But like this water here, that's filtered. That's not like PM spring water with any type of minerals in it or electrolytes. I mean, this is it's either this or I'm drawing a blank on the other water. It's completely clean. Dumaguete in 2 days for you, says Forever Man. That's awesome. Concho Pete says, I'll be in Clark, Philippines, October 1st. You're counting down the days, I'm sure. I know how I was when I went home. No sooner I got home to the U.S., I was ready to make a U-turn and come back to the Philippines quick. Oh, all right, now that's better. Much better. Josh Wilson, where in the world have you been? I haven't seen you. No, that's not a trash can. I haven't seen you in forever, Josh. Where have you been? No excuses. I'm just kidding. Everybody has a life. I don't always expect you guys to pop into my live streams. You have other more important things to do. But it's nice to see you, Josh. Every time I see you, or I think of your, I don't know, experimenting, cooking something in the kitchen, and it goes right from, you said, the counter to the trash can. Josh, I'm just teasing you, but Josh, I don't think he's a big fan of cooking. That's probably why he has his struggles. I'm making excuses for you, Josh. If you like cooking, you'd be good at it. I like cooking and I'm good at it. But that's awesome. Forever Man, Dumaguete in 2 weeks. Concho Pete is October 1st. I mean, again, you never want life to accelerate and days to go by quickly just so you can get here, because make each day count. That's the way I look at it. I don't look till tomorrow, especially being here. All right, let me get lucky and find a trash can, because I'm one that throws trash on the ground. I found one right here. That works. If I had to guess right now, Jeff, I'd say it's at least 85 or higher. Maybe DRT can give an actual, well, weather report, but it's hot. Humidity seems like it's half and half for me right now. Addie it a bit, not that good. Ate it a bit. Josh is always, hey, you know what, Josh? I give you credit for always trying. At least you're trying. And if it only makes it to the kitchen counter and into the trash can, that's more than a lot of people do. A lot of people just right away, they go right to the eating out all the time. Although there's nothing wrong with that if you can find good places to eat. I mean, I like eating sushi, so my fried volcano is my favorite sushi here. Fried volcano. Maybe I'm gonna go over this way. Forever Man says 89, and that's probably right. And it's like, I don't know if that includes the heat index, but again, I never complain about, honestly, never have complained about hot weather. I'm disappointed if it's cloudy or raining for more than 2 days or 1 day here. I know we need rain, but I'm a sunshine guy. It's like I'm a battery, and the sunshine is charging me, and it just puts my energy at a whole other level. And again, as anybody that knows me well enough, I love it here. I just feel happy and free, certainly stress-free. As long as you're not Gino, I don't know if he's still here, but yeah, I think life is good as long as you're not hopping on a bus and riding it for more than 4 hours. I think you're all right. 65, all right, so Forever Man, 65% on the humidity. All right, so I was close. I was guessing like 50, but it probably is a little higher than 50. Let me see. I'm gonna switch you. I'm gonna show you. This is, what is it? It's Wednesday, and you got a lot of, this is traffic. This is Wednesday. Oh, Gino, God bless you. I just always think of that whole bus thing, because you and I have both experienced the bus, as maybe other people. I can handle 4 hours or less on a bus. Plus, they kind of do stop once or twice, but you don't have to stress over drinking liquids or coffee when you're on a bus. When it's under 4 hours, you know you're going to be able to go, you know, relieve yourself. But if it's over 4, and they're not stopping a lot, good luck with that. I had that happen, and never again. That's why I always joke, Gino. It's so true about the bus. Plus, you know, if you're a taller, like I'm just a smidge under 6 foot, but you know, you have longer legs. So when you're on a bus, it's kind of crammed. Plus, Gino knows this as well. On a bus, it's not just for, they fill the seats and that's it. No, it's standing room only. They have people standing all in the aisles, like right up the center. And to me, that's not the safest thing in the world, because if that bus ever has an accident, maybe topples over its side, I mean, I just think that creates a whole other problem. But that's the way it is. You know what I mean? They're filling it and they're making money. Thank you, making money, and that's the way they do it. Yeah, see Gino right there. 4 hours is the limit. And again, hey, how are you? You want to say hello? Are you going to work? Where are you going at now? Where are you at now? All right. I'll look for you, though. Take care, man. Nice to see you. Be safe. Amping always. And see, I just have to say this again. And Gino knows how I feel. Everybody knows how I feel that's been on my channel for a while. His name is Mark. He's a friend of mine. I met him a long time ago. He was security at the Starbucks here on Boulevard before. Sometimes they get rotated. I don't know how that rotation works, but he was at Starbucks forever. We became friends, talked to him every time I was there. And then once you get to know people, he's on his way to work. He literally pulls over, stops to say hello to me. Fist bump. But I would never experience anything like that living back in the US. People might wave when they go by you, but he goes out of his way, in my opinion, pulls over, he's on his way to work. That's his priority, not me, but he still stops. So many people. And sometimes I get so engaged within the live stream, people are yelling Michael, or maybe they're just yelling my channel, or simply yelling vlogger, I don't know. But it's so humbling, man. It's like the best feeling in the world making friends here. It's important for people to say hello, how are you doing, good morning, get out, whatever. It's like, it's humbling. And it's exciting. And sometimes people ask me, they're like, don't you ever get tired of, what your basic daily routine is? Exercise and walking? I'm like, no, I don't, because I enjoy it. They're like, isn't that boring? I'm like, well, boring means me going out and walking and getting my exercise, health and fitness, plus being able to enjoy simply just talking to the locals and saying hello. If that's boring, then sign me up. And then, when opportunities present itself, great, I'll do it. But I'm good with just doing this, because my exercise regimen, whatever, is important to me. I'm very disciplined. It's like my second religion, I guess, That's just who I am. I enjoy waking up feeling healthy every day. Blessed every day, but anyway, sorry for the rant, but that's what's so cool about meeting people here. For me, in my experience, if you put yourself out there, embrace the community and the culture, and are interested in making friends with the locals, hey, how are you? Mayung buntag. And like that, they're saying, hey, vlogger, right there. That's like so humbling, the best feeling in the world. And I always try to greet them. Now, they greet me in English, which I respect, but I try to greet them in return in Bisaya, because they love that. A lot of times they're shocked when you say even just Mayung buntag, good morning, in Bisaya. It's like, that's a very simple word to learn, or words. But they love that, and it makes them smile, makes me smile. That's, I don't know, smiling and genuine happiness, that's the kind of stuff that's priceless. But that's why I'm here. People always say, what do you love about the Philippines? There's a lot of things I love about the Philippines, but there's only one thing that sits at the top of the list. People, the people, the people. Liam, good afternoon. Sorry, I'm gonna catch up here. Nirmalaya Banjari says, exactly. Nice to see you. Sorry if I say that wrong. I'm trying to read it. Nirmalaya Banerjee. But I appreciate the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate a double tap thumbs up, like my live stream. I do this because I love it and I enjoy it, and I want to motivate and inspire people to live life. Maybe you're already here in the Philippines. Maybe you're thinking about it. Uh, I love it here. Again, there's people that could come here and don't like it. That's life. Not everybody's gonna like everything I like, and I'm not gonna like something everybody else likes. But yeah, double tap if you don't mind. And if you're not a subscriber and you just want to support me, Michael from USA, just living a simple, happy life, just enjoying a walk and feeling good, using it. I use it or I will lose it physically, but exercise does help mentally as well. Let me flip the screen, you guys. Art Park says, Castaway Michael, how's the walk? The walk is awesome. You know me, I can't get enough. I'm a walking fool, always walking. I did like 14.9 miles, which is 24 kilometers 2 days ago. Yesterday I did like almost 14 yesterday. Yeah, I'm kind of stepping it up. I'm pushing myself. It's not, I don't feel like I'm pushing myself, but I just want to, I don't know. Walking just always helps me, especially just in life in general. It removes any stress, and I guess the only stress I've had recently is the loss of my mom. Not to bring that up again, but that helps me. Plus you guys, doing a live stream allows me to talk to you guys, and you know, you guys always thank me, but honestly, I thank you. I'm trying to. Forever Man, please like and subscribe. Bert says they drive like they walk in the wet market. Well, yeah, and when you're walking, you just walk like you're a car. Like, I don't know, I'll squeeze in here somewhere, but if you could stand here on the corner all day if you want. I mean, like, people are intimidated sometimes when they first come here to cross the street thinking they're doing something wrong. No, you just kind of slowly pay attention and just put yourself out there. I mean, they'll slow up for you. At least here in Dumaguete, they do for me. I don't know about other people having experiences of almost getting ran over or something like that. I see you, William Ware. My condolences. Thank you, William. Hello, Mike. How have you been? Long time no talk. I've been going through health issues, but I'm still making it. Finally got approved for my disability. Well, William, it's nice to see you too. And don't worry about it. You know, everybody has things going on in life, you know, and health. I will always be a supporter of health. And I'm just glad you're here now. You're taking care of business, taking care of your health. That's what's most important. That allows you to share in my live stream. If you weren't doing good, obviously you wouldn't be here. But I appreciate that. Jaywalking is legal. Well, yeah, I don't even know if there's such thing as jaywalking here. I don't know. You're supposed to have a license on a motorbike here. Does everybody have a license? Probably not. You're supposed to wear a helmet on a motorbike here. Does everybody wear a helmet? No. It's kind of like, I don't know. I guess they're only laws if they're enforced. But, all right, I'm trying to look for someone. Now, this guy, he don't have a helmet on. There's the first one. Most of them do. I guess I could say that. Sometimes they have like a ball cap on. I just love seeing the views. William Ware, so do I. I just love walking in the sunshine, surrounded by amazing people in a different culture, a different country, and it just makes it awesome for me. But yeah, I'm just the walk of life. That's what I call it, the walk of life. Are they required to have insurance? Honestly, I don't know anybody that has insurance. Maybe insurance on a vehicle. See, I don't have a car. I don't have a motorbike. For me, I mean, I walk maybe more than the average person, but I don't need it right now. And I guess that's a question. I think I've discussed that with somebody before, but I can't remember what they said. And think about that. Does everybody have, if I were to guess, I don't think everybody has insurance. I don't think they could afford it, but I don't know. That's a great question. Gino probably knows. Hey Zeus, I see you. Michael, how's it going? I'm in the shade now, I can see. Are they required? William says, I agree with you. Gigfoot, oh my goodness, Gigfoot, I haven't seen you in a while either. You must be taking care of business on the road. I know you drive, like you got like DoorDash, Uber Eats, all sorts of things going on your channel. But it's nice to see you, Gigfoot. Gino says, yes, vehicle and motor. Okay, there it is, it's required. My uncle uses the prayer insurance. Well, yeah, prayer might be your best insurance. Well, here's a question for you, Gino. Not that I expect you to chat away, but now that I know that insurance is required, does everybody have it? I don't know, do they issue a license without having insurance here? But then, because there's people that I know don't even have a license. I'm just curious, like, you're required to have insurance. I guess that doesn't necessarily mean everybody has it. Dino said, if caught without insurance, big fine. Well, there you go. That's why my insurance is buying new shoes for my Shoe Leather Express, putting in the miles. That's why people always ask, like, the gas prices. I have to look. I don't know what they are because I don't have any reason to buy gas. I can tell you the price of my shoes. But here we are. You know I was going to walk to the mall because I know you guys love it when I walk into the mall. Plus, I do come here. I don't really shop for that much, but I do come here when I need to cool off. Or because I walk out this way, so I need to use the CR, which is the bathroom. Jesus says, that's why you don't get caught if you do step on the gas. That's so true. That is so true. Oh, I can feel the aircon. How are you doing, sir? And you know how sometimes it gets glitchy when I walk into the mall. Hopefully I don't get poof, but it can happen, but then it'll come back. Unless it already did happen, I don't know. Jesus is laughing. And Gino says at checkpoints, they will stop you and check for license and insurance. And I know they have the checkpoints, obviously, everywhere. That's why when there's a checkpoint set up, you'll see all the people pulling off before the checkpoint, waiting for them to check other people. And then when they eventually leave, then they'll drive through that checkpoint with confiscate your motorcycle if you fail the checkpoints. I've seen them, and then I see what people do. Like I said, Gino, they all pull over before the checkpoint, waiting for them to go. Bert says, many payment plans you can... Oops, what the heck? Now I know why that popped up. I gotta do something real quick. I gotta turn the Wi-Fi off in here. Connect to Wi-Fi. Here, you guys need to see this more than me. Jesus, Gigfoot says, how's things with your mom? You know what, Gigfoot, if you're still here, obviously you didn't hear the latest. My mom passed away on June 25th while I was in the United States. I went home June 8th. My trip was scheduled for a month, so June 8th through July 9th. She ended up passing away on June 25th. So yeah, Gigfoot, that's the latest and greatest. It's not fun losing your mother. I can definitely tell you that. From an emotional standpoint, I miss my mom more than I missed anything in my life. It's still, I haven't even accepted that she's no longer here. So that's that. Forever Man says, when there's a checkpoint here, everyone stops ahead and waits. Yes, that's exactly what they do. I've seen it, and it is funny. Because like you'll just see this crowd of people. When I first saw it the first time, I'm like, what's everybody pulled off to the side? It was like they were hanging out, like, you know, and then my friends told me, oh, there's a checkpoint up ahead, and then that's how I learned. Yeah, it just goes to show you how many people will probably had something, either they didn't have a license, everybody had helmets on, or who knows what it was, but whatever the reason they pulled over, they just knew they weren't legal to go through the checkpoint. No such thing as bathrooms, just toilets, and lucky if it has a seat, not just a hole on the floor. Actually, the bathrooms aren't bad here, but then again, the places that I normally go to, I guess, have a decent bathroom. I'm kind of on schedule when I'm doing something other than releasing fluids. So like, I've never ever put myself in a situation where I've been in a mall or some other place that I had to do number two, because a lot of times those places don't have toilet paper. And if you're not somebody that can use a bidet, then I guess that's called SOL. Yeah, I mean, I know people that literally, because they have to relieve themselves number two and they're not on a schedule or anything like that, they would carry a backpack or a duffel bag and carry their own toilet paper with them. That would probably not be, I wouldn't enjoy that, so I'm glad I don't have to worry about that. But bathrooms, for the most part, they're pretty clean. I'd say my biggest thing, sometimes you can go in a bathroom, you go to wash your hands. I'm a hand washer. I wash my hands all the time. I don't like it if they don't have soap in the bathroom. That drives me up a wall. But for the most part, both the bathrooms here in the mall do have soap. If they don't have it, it's just because they ran out. But usually there's always a guy that's assigned, a Filipino, somebody assigned to keeping the bathrooms clean. If you see them and you just say, hey, can you give me, refill the soap? They've done it. I've asked them before. Forever Man says 5 pesos. Yeah, I remember the first time I experienced a public like a public bathroom. I didn't know you had to pay. I mean, I never heard of such a thing. And then I was at the Boulevard, actually, and I just walked right in and used the bathroom. And then I came out, and I was with a friend, and she'd said to me, she's like, maybe I don't know if she paid after or before. I think you paid before. Somehow, some way, she said something, and I'm like, oh, you're supposed to pay to use the bathroom? Outdoor public one. She said, yeah. And I said, I never paid anything. They didn't say anything to me. But I learned that after the fact. I didn't know that. Bert, do you take a bath? You're asking me if I take a bath? I'm Mr. Clean, Bert. I'm like 2 a day minimum. 2 a day minimum on the showers. Bert, the question, Bert, do you take a bath? Oh, actually, I take a shower. I don't take a bath, per se. I'm not sitting in a tub. I don't remember the last time I actually sat in a tub of water. Maybe I was at some extravagant hotel. It had like a jacuzzi. Hey, good morning. It had like a jacuzzi tub or something like that. But no, no such thing as a public bath. No. I don't think they have public bathrooms in the mall. I never looked, maybe. That's just in the malls, but out there in the wet market, no paper towels or tissue. Okay, I got you. And it's like, see, like I said, it's only 11:20, so it's still early here now. People will be gradually going on their lunch breaks. But that's another thing, like, I don't know, that's probably good advice to give a foreigner or an expat. If you're coming to the Philippines and you plan on, regardless of how long your stay is, if you're somebody that has, I don't know, maybe IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and you frequently have to drop a deuce, your best bet is to better carry some toilet paper with you all the time. I would highly recommend that. I didn't really think about it. That's probably good advice to give somebody. River Rat, hello, River Rat. Yes, comfort room. Yep. Comfort room. Sean Max says, hey, how long have you been in the Philippines? I guess it's about 2 years. I should try to add it up exactly. Let me give you a long story short. Sean Mack, appreciate you subscribing too. Came here in July of 2024. Only plan to stay here for 2 months. Just to sightsee. Never been to Asia, never been anywhere here. Just wanted to check things out for maybe something to do in the future. A little did I know. All right, I'm gonna wait. All right, DRT. Yeah, like I said, you can transition from outside into the mall and it works great. Should 5G, should all the bars. I don't know. But I came back outside. I don't know if Sean Mack is here because I was in the middle of explaining how long I've been here in the Philippines. I didn't want to start talking about that again if he's not even here. All right, thank you, DRT. Appreciate it. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's what I always do. Don't sweat the small stuff. So my apologies to Sean Mack, because that's a good question. It tells my story a little bit of me coming here, but I think he's gone. Yeah, it always works better outdoors, to be honest with you. At least for me here in the Philippines. Well, Dumaguete specifically, it works better. Being outdoors. Yeah, the sun is definitely still out. Only 11:28 a.m. Dumaguete, Philippines, pushing 90 degrees. I don't know. Let me finish what I was saying about Sean Mack. Maybe other people care to know. When I came to the Philippines, it was July of 2024. With the intentions of only staying for 2 months. More or less just experience being here in the Philippines. Never been to Asia. Well, when I was within 2 weeks of my 2 months being done to go back home, I didn't want to go back. And I spoke to a foreigner friend of mine, actually another vlogger, and he said, Michael, you wouldn't be the first person to want to stay longer, and you certainly won't be the last. He said, if you have the time and the funds to do it, you should do it. So that's all it took. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay. And then I stayed until March of 2025. By that time, I had figured out I wanted to kind of explore and live and learn what it's like, embrace a culture here in the Philippines. And then that's what I did. And I did go home March 17th of 2025 until June something. And then came back, been in the Philippines until most recently June 8th, until July 9th of this year. So I've been home twice, but I got to be around 2 years or so that I've been living here. Yeah, McDonald's. 33 Celsius, 92 Fahrenheit. Thank you. Makes my life easier. I still remember when you told me 28 Celsius represents 80 something. As long as it's sunshine, I don't care. It can get as hot as it wants. I'll get water. I'll figure something out. But yeah, the dust sometimes, you feel it on the, I don't know, the hairs on your tongue. But another day in the Philippines. Sun's out and I'm out. Again, if there's anybody here watching the live stream and you're new to my channel, I'd greatly appreciate a like, a double tap. It simply helps my channel. If you're not a subscriber and you're interested in just supporting Michael from the United States living abroad here, I'd greatly appreciate that too. Kayla, I see you, Kayla. Hello, Michael. Hope all is well. Hello, everyone. I'm doing good, Kayla. I appreciate you being here. Hope all is well with you. It's another sunny day here in the Philippines. Finally gotten some consecutive days break from the rain. And today, finally, a break from the wind. Although the last few days have been really nice, the wind has been a little stronger than you'd like. There's Sean Mack. Now, okay. I don't know if you heard me, finish my story, Sean Mack, when I was unfortunately cut off. But what do you say? I'll be moving over next month myself. My biggest worry is loneliness. Leaving family and friends. Hope I can find my people. Sean Mack, I've never, ever felt lonely here. Mainly, not just because of other foreigners, being friends with other foreigners. I've never felt lonely here because of the locals. If you embrace the people, now I don't know if you said where in the Philippines you're going, but specifically me in Dumaguete, the people here, I'm very friendly, saying hello, good morning, all that kind of stuff, Sean Mack. If you just are kind and want to meet people and just genuine and be yourself, they really like that. Honestly, there's a lot of good people here. They really appreciate. It's almost as if, I don't know, you kind of feed off of each other. As special as they make me feel, you actually make them feel special too. Not all foreigners come over here and are chatty with the locals. They're not. I am, because I think that's part of the reason to be here, to embrace the culture. And the reason I know not all of them are chatty is because the locals will tell me they're not all. But that's okay. Some people just don't want to, I don't know, make friends with locals maybe, or not so much. I don't know. I do. I love it. I mean, there's so much to learn from them, from a culture perspective, obviously. But they're some of the nicest people I've ever met, Sean Mack. So don't worry about loneliness. In my opinion, the only way you can be lonely is if you choose to be lonely. You isolate yourself. But that's just my opinion. Now I need to figure out how I can pick my spot to get in here so I'm not stuck on the corner forever. Like I said, then you just walk out. Eventually, don't worry about it, but like you can only be so, I don't know what it is. considerate of the traffic, but you know, if you're not willing to go, they're not going to stop either. But Sean Mack says, another great question. Do the locals invite you to things? Of course they do. My gosh, like I've been able to experience my first, my friend's baby had a christening and then they had a party afterwards. I went to my first Philippine wedding. One of my best friends here, my best local friend here, Jerome, he invited me to his wedding. So that's the only Philippine wedding I've ever gone to, and it was great. And I was so humbled and blessed to be even invited to that. I was the only foreigner at the wedding. I was the only one. They treat once, I'm telling you, like it's just different here. It's just different. And if you put yourself out, and you know, it's okay to be shy, Sean, like, or a little, I don't know, overwhelmed when you first get here. It didn't take me long to start making friends. I just started saying hi, or they look at you, you know, and they say hi to you. So they really kind of create a very friendly environment. That's not to say you don't, you know, you don't trust everyone either. I mean, like you could say that about anywhere, you know. One of the most famous things I always remember is this. Troy Key, I see you. DJ Kirby Puckett, I see you. One of the best things, you know, advice that I've ever been given, and it applies no matter where you're at in the world, but I'm learning more so and more so. Trust is earned, not given. As much as I'd love to live in a world where you could just simply trust everybody that you meet without knowing them until they give you a reason not to trust them, that would be great. Unfortunately, we don't live in a world like that. No matter where you are, you just got to protect yourself. You learn that through experience. That's how I learn here. I'm still experiencing things. I don't know everything. I haven't experienced everything. You know, you just take it one day at a time. And but overall, my experience, Sean Mack, there's a reason why I'm here, and it's not all just because, you know, less on rentals and stuff like that. It's not all. My decision wasn't all a financial one. Did it come into play? Of course. It allowed me to retire early. I mean, hello, I'm healthy. I'm taking advantage of my health right now. I always say this over and over, Sean, I'm not willing to gamble on an unknown future and work and work and work until I think I have this big, awesome retirement. Who the heck knows what my health is going to be if I was still working in the U.S.? I don't know. I've met so many people, they have these big retirements, and all the retirement is going into healthcare or, you know, other extra expenses. I don't want that. So I chose this. And I like the hot weather, too. If you don't like the hot weather, it's probably not a good choice. I mean, yeah, you could sit in the AC all day, but I sure as hell wouldn't want to do that. Leandro Andrew says, hello, I'm Filipino. Nice to meet you, Andrew. Sometimes people joke and say I'm Filipino, too. They said, once I washed the bread in the coffee, they said, Michael, you're a full Filipino now. It was a joke, but it is funny. Once I wash the bread, coffee, I always say dip the bread, but they actually say wash the bread in the coffee. But welcome. It's nice this Leandro. I like when I get people from the Philippines here, or Filipino. Now I'm going to try going towards the ocean again. And right now it's 11:39 a.m. Dumaguete, Philippines. It's hot. If you can't take the heat, then your best bet is to get out of the kitchen. This is Kaizen Park. It's looks like Queen. This gets very busy throughout the day. More so once the sun goes down. A lot of the locals just don't like being out in the sunlight. They all think I'm nuts because I'm a foreigner that's out in the sunlight probably more than them. And they always say, Sir Michael, how do you in the sun so much and you're not from here? I'm like, I don't know. I just enjoy it, but it's funny. Leandro Andrew says, hello, Castaway Drip. My daughter is Kamaning official in YouTube. I think that name sounds familiar, Leandro. I think she is somebody that watches my channel or has been here before. That's how I think I recognize that name. I think. But I appreciate you being here. Maybe she told you about my channel. Maybe that's how you learn. But I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Where in the Philippines are you, Leandro? Leandro, if you don't mind sharing. I'm heading towards Rizal Boulevard. All the motorbikes, see, they're smartly parked under the trees, shade. One thing I've learned too, if you have a motorbike and you have a black seat, better cover that bad boy up if it's not in the shade. Because man, that'll fry, as they say in the Philippines, in Bisaya, your butt is labut. Bentangas. All right, Bentangas. Philip Morgan, my goodness, nice to see you. Have you had any earthquakes lately? Colombia has had another 7.6. No, I think the last one that was kind of near here was so small. It was like a 1.4. I think it was like in Down. It was near here in Dumaguete or just outside, maybe Dowan. I'm almost positive I didn't even feel it. I don't even know what time of the day it was, but it was only a 1.4, Philip. So no, there hasn't been any. And believe me, I pray every day anyway, but I just always hope there's not any earthquakes like the ones that when I was in Bacolod and the one that hit in Cebu. It seems like they pop up, but that's just the way it goes. I have my thoughts on earthquakes, but not something I want to talk about. But I just think it is what it is, and you got to just live every day as if it's your last, because you just never know what could happen. Yeah, I'm trying to visit my daughter, Kumaning official. I don't remember being on any channel, Kumaning. Maybe I have been. Sometimes I try to support like locals that'll come up on the channel, or I mean in my, when I'm looking at YouTube, and I just pop in just to support locals because they support mine. Now we're getting to some. And here in Philip, like that's like a good thing. Like typhoon are bad also. The thing I've learned though here in Dumaguete, and this is being shared by locals to me, yes, typhoons can come through Dumaguete. But they've said in the past, a lot of these typhoons were weakened by the surrounding islands of Negros Oriental, Negros Occidental, or Dumaguete. So they said it's like it's located, Dumaguete is like situated kind of in a good spot, is what they're telling me. So in a lot of cases, maybe if there wasn't those, I don't know, islands surrounding Dumaguete, it could be more, devastating. But they've always said that they believe and that Dumaguete is kind of a good area. Philip says, I live in California. People joke about the big ones to California. I don't joke about. Yeah, I don't joke about them either. I know there's people always out there predicting. They think that, listen, nobody knows. Like, I just think people get lucky when they predict. I don't get into predictions. I'd rather not have any at all. But I don't focus on it. You know what I mean, Philip? We can't worry about what we can't control. I don't joke about it, that's for sure. So you can see the dust blowing off because it is a little still windy here, but it is beautiful right now. But you know, it's interesting, like that I learned not that long ago, and I don't want the wind to bother. See, that's why I got to be careful. It's been so windy here, and then you guys don't hear me. Palawan Island is not within the Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire is like I don't know, an invisible line within that Ring of Fire is where earthquakes and volcanic and all that stuff. Interestingly enough, Palawan is not within the Ring of Fire. They don't have earthquakes. From what I know, they don't have volcanoes either. Like I said, this is just information I was told. I never knew that. So it's almost like, and Palawan is obviously beautiful. So it's kind of like this special island that's outside of the Ring of Fire, although it's a Philippine island. They don't have earthquakes or anything like that. I want to visit Palawan, like that's a big priority for me. But I'm sure living there, that's kind of neat that you don't have to worry about earthquakes. Yeah, that's the fast cat. I think that's like a roll-on, roll-off, or you can bring vehicles and motorbikes on that, if I'm not mistaken. I've never been on a roll-on, roll-off, but I think that's what that one is. I know you walk a lot. Do you ever go to the gym? Yes, I do, Philip. Yep. Yesterday was gym day and walking for me yesterday. Yeah, I do both. I do both. Use the free weights, dumbbells. Yes, I do. I'm not interested in being some big bulky thing. That's not me. I like being toned, fit, and yeah, toned and fit. That's what I prefer, and that's what I am, and that's what I plan to keep. So yeah, dumbbells, free weights, push-ups, squatting, all that stuff. Yeah, I do all that stuff, Philip. Philip Morgan. I'm not gonna go there, Philip. I don't. We agree to disagree. I mean, well, I don't agree on the comment about Trump, but to each his own. I know what I know, and I trust what I know. I'm not worried about stuff like that. I don't get into that politics anyway. Let me see. Leandro says, oh no. So yeah, once you're here by the water, like I said, it feels great to me. Definitely not as windy as what it was. It's still breezy, dirt, dust. I guess that's the one negative. If it gets hot and consecutively dry all the time, you don't have the rain to kind of like knock the dirt down. So yeah, right after it rains, it's not bad because there's no dust blowing. Yeah, I would go to Thailand and Vietnam if I were you, Philip. Sure. I mean, honestly, if I had to pick between Thailand and Vietnam, it would probably be Vietnam first, probably. Thailand, the only thing that interests me is the food. Like you see those, like, I don't know, street food locations with all like I'm not talking like eating bugs or whatever. Sometimes you see some crazy things. I don't mean that kind of food, but there is like healthier food that I've seen that looks kind of good that I'd be interested in trying. But I want to go to Japan first someday. Whether or not I get to Japan, I don't know first, but I'd like to. I definitely would like to. But yeah, I definitely, Philip, I walk a lot. I mean, I get my walking that I get in, which is a decent amount when I'm doing my live streams, but you can't walk too fast because then the phone's bouncing around. And then I get accused of making people giving them motion sickness, which is funny, but I understand. But yeah, I walk at least 10 miles a day, at the very least. 10 miles, which is equivalent to 16.7 kilometers. I did learn that because they obviously speak in kilometers here, not in miles. Yeah, I do the gym thing every other day. Walking's every day. Tony says, ever figure how many steps is in 10 miles? I think I did know, Tony, at one time. I could give you this example. Like, yesterday, well, the other day I did just basically 15 miles. It was 14.9 miles I did on Monday. It was 30,000 something steps. Now, are my steps and my stride bigger than maybe somebody with shorter legs, maybe? But yeah, 30,000 something plus steps was equivalent to 14.9 miles the other day. And I did just about 14 yesterday, 13 something. I'd have to look at the steps again, I don't remember, but. And today, it'll be, the very least, it'll be 10. Like I said, all the walking and stuff, I sleep better too when I do that walking. I used to, hey, Robert C. Says, do you ever bike or rollerblade? You know, back in I had rollerblades several years ago. I'm sure they were tossed, or I don't know where they are now. They were like the rollerblade brand too. Yeah, I rollerbladed, kind of like did tricks on them and stuff like that. I used to bike a long time ago, pedal bike that is, but I prefer to, I'm gonna go this way, but I prefer to just walk fast. Occasionally I throw in a sprint. I don't do jogging. My knees are in great shape, condition. I don't have any aching, no joint problems or anything. I just want to protect that. So for me, jogging might, I don't know, could affect the longevity, pounding on your knees, especially on pavement, unless you're walking or jogging in grass, like, or a softer ground. I'll throw in a sprint, pick a distance, run as hard as I can for just like a high intensity thing, and then go right back into a walk. But I walk fast. When I walk by myself, I walk as fast. Basically, as fast as I walk, the next thing I could do is be slowly jogging. That's where it would be with me. DRT says, average is supposed to be around 2,000 steps a mile, which you would know more than me on that. I guess that's right, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if a bigger stride comes into play or not, or comes into effect. Especially when I'm walking faster, my strides are much more spread out. It's not little steps, they're long ones. Just wondering, I'm not sure about it. Robert says, I just bought both my sons rollerblades and would like to get a pair. I'm 41 years old. First of all, Robert, you're not old. I choose to call you, say you're 41 years of age. I always say you're 41 or 41 years of age. Biking speeds up my thoughts and isn't relaxing mentally. Walking is awesome exercise. Well, for me, walking is, to me, in my opinion, is the best exercise you can get. And, you know, when I say walking, I mean, doing any type of movement is good. Okay, I understand not everybody can, they might have limitations, whatever, so I don't want to forget that and think I'm being negative towards somebody. But for me, when you're walking, to get optimal walking exercise, you walk as fast as you can walk. You breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth as best you can. Now, with me talking, my breathing's not very good. Not the way I'd like it. But yeah, walking helps mentally and it helps physically. And I believe walking is the longevity of life. I mean, I've been doing this 10 miles plus for years. I had to build, I built myself up to it. And sometimes I do go over a certain amount because I just want to challenge myself. I want to do it. Well, yeah, like rollerblading. Yeah, I used to have wrist guards and a helmet, especially when I was doing tricks. And then if I was just simply going out blading, I would just put the knee guards on. You don't want to smack your knees, but wrist guards can save you as well. Because you go to catch yourself and immediately you're in this, you can hurt your wrists. But I was younger and, more impulsive and I did some stupid stuff. Now, if I were to do it now, I'm smarter. Yeah, I don't want to get injured because if I get injured, then that prevents me from doing the stuff I like. And when you're older, the older you get, when you get an injury, it just takes longer to heal. And that's just a fact. It takes you longer. So the last thing I ever want to do is get injured. As competitive as I am and basketball, pickleball, and all that stuff, I have to be careful. Because sometimes I just forget. Not that my age matters because I still can roll with the best of them, but I don't want to risk. I'm just wiser now not to set myself up for an injury. Whereas when I was younger, I just didn't care. But I healed quicker and all that. Like I said, I'm just protecting my health. Chan Girl said, "Who are you?" My name is Michael. That's who I am. I'm from the United States, living abroad here. I'll show you in Dumaguete, Philippines. So that's who I am. I love it here in the Philippines, Dumaguete specifically. So yeah, that's who I am. Chan Girl. Who are you is the question. Where are you from? Where are you watching from, if you don't mind sharing? But welcome to my channel. Welcome to Castaway Drift. Robert says, I feel old, but thank you. Walking has helped me get my posture back in order and strengthen minor injuries. So you're saying, Robert, that you have like pre-existing injuries or something? I mean, yeah, at 41, dude, like, listen, you're only as old as you feel, in my opinion. I'm 56 and I don't feel, if this is what feeling 56 is, all right, I feel great then. I feel absolutely great. Where else can I go? I'm trying to mix this up a bit. I'm on the corner street, but, so basically, Robert, you're saying you've had injuries and that would stink because you're younger. And good thing is, I guess it happened when you're younger so you can heal, but Kyle Staban says it's about knowing your limitations. That's exactly right. I mean, I know what I can do. Physically, I feel great. I just know that you just don't bounce back as quickly to an injury. And I do love my walking. I love doing my exercise. I love doing all that stuff. If I can't do that stuff, who knows whatever it is it's going to take me to recover. And then I'm going to be stuck sitting on the sidelines, falling behind. I don't want to fall behind. I'm not saying a freaky injury is not possible. Yeah, that happens. But if I can do the best, be smart and not be impulsive and stupid, yes, I can do stupid stuff. And I have to keep my competitive nature in check You know, that's what I got to do. The shade feels good. Maybe I'm going to go on this other side. Robert says you're in awesome shape. Well, you get out of it what you put into it, Robert. That's as simple as that. Yes, genetics are a part of it, but you don't get anywhere in life. If I was sitting around doing nothing, I wouldn't feel like this, for one thing, and I certainly wouldn't look like this either. So you get into life what you put into it. How disciplined are you? What do you want to do? You know, I had to come under here because that way I can get some shade. But thank you, Robert. Sean says, sorry if you already discussed this, but why did you leave Bacolod? Well, Sean, this is really easy. Bacolod, bigger city. It's definitely a city. Buildings up, like you can't even see over, but like you can see over the buildings and stuff like that. It's almost like, not like it was being in New York City, because I've been in New York City before. Maybe it's similar to, like, I don't know, like a Baltimore. I don't know. It's just a bigger city. The buildings are high. You feel like you're freaking like stuck, you know, like you can't see the sky. Like, I didn't like it. You don't have the boulevard where I took you by the water. Now they have something called the Bay Walk or something like that. It's nothing like the boulevard. Nothing, in my opinion. You have to go like a little further for me to like get away to do things. You have the port here. You can hop on a boat. You can go to Secor. You can go to Bohol. You can go to Cebu. Like, it's a lot of convenience here. But the number one main reason why, because I was in Dumaguete first, Sean, before I went to Bacolod, which I'm glad I was there for 4 months. 4 months too long. So now I have something to compare it to. Bacolod was just boring for me. If you're into just going to the malls and shopping and spending money, I guess, knock yourself out. Have fun in the mall. I always think this like painting mural stuff is really cool. But if you're into going to the malls and people watching, sitting in the mall, I don't know. To me, that's like feeling like I live back in the U.S. I'm not interested in that. I'm certainly not as materialistic as I used to be either. I've kind of broken away from that, finding things that provide permanent happiness versus materialistic things that provide temporary happiness. Robert says, football, rugby, and lifting too heavy got me, but I'm coming back. My diet is the biggest obstacle. What kind of diet do you prefer? Wow. And like I said, it's different for everybody. Stay away from bad sugar. Bad sugar is any sugar that's not natural, it's not real. If it's not honey, if it's not coconut sugar, if it's not like pure sugar cane, I don't know. Stay away from unhealthy, not natural sugar. I don't drink soda. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I haven't had, and I never was a big drinker anyway, ever in my life. I did the young and dumb stuff, you know what I mean? But when I drank when I was young, man, I got headaches. I didn't even drink a lot, and I had a headache. And so it didn't even go well with me anyway. And then finally, I'm like, why do I keep doing this? I feel like crap drinking. You know what I mean? And I'm a happy person. Some people rely on maybe they need to drink to lift their spirits. I don't know. I don't need that. I have my own. My spirit is all I need. You know, I'm lifted all the time. Food-wise, just be consistent. You can have your cheat day here and there, but don't make it every day. Sometimes people tend to think that, oh, I can still eat the crappy food as long as I'm working out. No, you can't do that. Especially if you're trying to get yourself in shape, in my opinion and in my experience. Like so many, like, you know, to me, it's 90% of your fitness is with your diet. The other 10% is exercise, working out. Naj said you can hoop. I could hoop. I don't do it daily like I used to. But yeah, I could play ball. Very competitive. I don't like to lose. But again, I don't know. Does anybody compete in playing things that they don't care if they win or lose? I mean, I like doing things for fun, maybe screwing around playing cards or something like that. I don't care. But When it comes to sports, I play to win, but I'm not a sore loser, but I play to win. What's the point? Sean says, I'm looking for serious activities like cycling and scuba. I think Valencia is my place. Yeah, you'd like Valencia. It wouldn't work for me so much right now because it's so far away. Like I've walked to Valencia from Dumaguete. It's a hike, a very long one. But if you're gonna live in Valencia, you need a motorbike. And for me, if I had a motorbike in Valencia, I'd ride it, come here, park it, and then go do my walking all over the place. I just don't. But Valencia is very nice. No complaints. Up in the mountains a little bit. It's cooler. Very nice, clean. You can find very nice places. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about Valencia. It's just not as close and convenient for me. But yeah, you can do scuba, snorkeling, free diving. Pickleball is very popular here. It's growing like crazy. I think it's, from what the locals are telling me, it's surpassed. Badminton was very popular here. But now people are telling me, the locals, looks like pickleball might be surpassing badminton. I mean, there's new courts popping up all over the place. I played it because I played tennis and racquetball previously. I like that sport. It's fun. Smaller court, kind of like a wiffle ball, plastic ball, hollow with holes in it. But it's fun. It's fun. Tony with the good question. Did you bring back your scuba gear? Everything but the flippers. I bought the flippers were probably, well, the second most expensive. But I brought my mask, which was the most expensive. I mean, I'm kind of like that when I get into snorkeling. When I lived in Florida, sometimes you get what you pay for. So I got like a very expensive mask, glass. I brought that with me and the snorkel, which was a very high quality from a dive shop in Florida. So yes, I did bring those. I was gonna attempt the flippers, but I only traveled with a backpack. I didn't have any room for flippers. I left them behind. I can get another pair of flippers here. Possum, pickleball is not for old people. Maybe you're being funny, but that's like a young sport, man. You should see these people play. Now, can some old people play? Of course. You keep yourself active and shape. That ain't an old man sport. Believe me. You better have good reflexes. Your brain better work. You better be able to respond to quick return balls. That ain't no old man sport. Old people can play it, of course, if you're in shape and you're active and your mental capacity still works and you have good reflexes. But yeah, no, Possum, you're wrong. I don't know where you're getting that opinion from, but that is not pickleball. So many youth, man. Look, all the people buying paddles around here, they're all younger. All of them. I see more younger people and older here. I don't know where you're getting that. But yeah, like if you play tennis or you have experience playing, tennis and racquetball, that'll definitely help with pickleball. Actually, Possum, if I could play older people, that might give me an advantage. They're all younger. I don't want to play anybody older anyway. I want to play the youngest to bring the best out of me. And Possum, I know I should know this. I've known you for a while, but where are you at, Possum? Where are you living? Where are you at? Just out of curiosity. Because if you were here in the Philippines, you would see that pickleball is not an old man. It's not an old man sport. Maybe I'm gonna have to do a live stream from one of these amazing pickleball courts that are popping up every day around here. They can't build them quick enough. The youth movement with pickleball is through the roof. I'm telling you. It was invented here in Seattle. Well, then, Possum, I'm gonna try to maybe hook you up with a live stream here. I'm gonna try and do a live stream here with pickleball, and then that's what I'll do. And that way you can see how many younger people are at these things. There's very few older people. I don't see many. Maybe I'd be considered older, but I can actually move fairly well for my age. Well, then they invented it in a nursing home. I have no idea, but all I know is it's catching fire here. I might have to turn around. I'm like way down here. I'm like going, like they're out on their lunch break. That's why so many students are out all over the place. But like I don't know if the city mall is down this way or not. I can't remember. Haven't been down this way in a while. I might go back the other way just so I can go past Freedom Park, which is down here. Ah, possum. Freaking, I knew it. You're funning me. And here I'm thinking, man, in a nursing home. Good for those people in a nursing home that can actually play pickleball. Somehow I knew it. Possum. You're being possum. You're being a sneaky cat. So this is better. Now you guys can see all this. Watching people play pickleball reminds of Forrest Gump practicing. In a way, that's true. I guess if you have good experience playing table tennis, you have good reflexes. I mean, they're putting spin on the balls. There's a lot of technique. It's like tennis. I mean, I played racquetball, but I don't remember playing with much technique. I remember playing as more about power. Whereas pickleball is a little bit of power, putting spin on the ball. But yeah, that's Freedom Park over here. But like everybody's out on their lunch break now because it is, 12 o'clock. Whew. That's why you see so many tricycles. Tony says, here is Santa Fe. They built a huge dome-style pickleball arena. They do use it for tennis, but more so for pickleball. Sean says, pickleball was invented on Bambridge Island, was named after the family dog Pickle. Well, that makes more sense than what Possum was pulling my leg. Had me believing they invented pickleball in a nursing home. But it was invented in Seattle. Okay. How are you doing? Henry Broussard. Oh, of course. I'm always having a good day. As long as my legs are taking me from point A to point B, I'm always doing good. Never a dull moment. I'm just sharing my walks with you guys. I'd be out walking anyway. But welcome, Henry. Nice to see you. And as I always say, if you're on here and you're new to the channel, hit the double tap, like the live stream. Helps my channel. That's all best I can tell you. It does. And if you're not subscribed and you're interested in hanging out with me and quite honestly everybody else, because everybody else makes this stream special, we're like a community of friends and we keep adding to it and adding to it, and when people can show up, that's okay too. But yeah, Dumaguete, Philippines. It's cloudy now, but it's all right. It's not bad. Freedom Park. Here, I'll show you. But very active here in Dumaguete, Philippines. And like I said, it's lunchtime. Definitely lunchtime now. 05 says you're in the Philippines. Yes, Dumaguete, Philippines to be exact. But yeah, I'm in the Philippines. It's so funny, these people give a peace sign. They're like, ah. Lowell from Oregon, God bless you too. What did Robert say? Have you ever played racquetball? Oh yeah, I used to play that a lot. The speed of that game is awesome. It's the soccer of racket sports, major cardio. The temperature here is like 89 degrees. The last Dr. Red gave me the update. It was 89. But yeah, I love racquetball. I'm hearing a lot of rainstorms lately. Actually, I'm just gonna call you O5 Akia or Aki. The weather's been great the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. And the extended forecast, I mean, today's Wednesday, up until Sunday, at least as far as that, they're showing 10% chance of rain here in Dumaguete. Weather's been great, no rain. We did have a lot of rain prior, which was driving me nuts. I know you need a little rain once in a while, but I start missing the sunshine. But right now, everything's good here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Some clouds, but like I said, we're not. Robert says, remember the movie? You should have sound now. I've learned if the sound goes out, I have to make it look like I'm closing up the screen. Still muted? Really? It shouldn't be muted anymore. You should be able to hear me now. All right, thank you. I'ma keep it real. Nice to see you. I'ma keep it real. Sorry if I missed you earlier. Happy Wednesday, 12:18 p.m. I started my live streams earlier. I said I was gonna do that anyway. Nice to see you. I'ma keep it real. Yeah, I've learned on these live streams that if I disconnect and then I reconnect, sometimes it automatically mutes and I have to like almost make it look like I'm gonna close out the app, minimize it, and then maximize it, I guess, and then it comes back. So at least I learned that trick. Oh. I'm Robert. It was Big, the movie with Tom Hanks. I'm trying to remember if Big was the one with Tom Hanks. I'm trying to remember Handball. I don't know why I can't remember Handball. All right, now I'm Big. Is that like? I'm just trying to remember the handball thing. I don't know why I don't remember the handball scene. At least I remember them. What are those weird little vehicles called? Those? Or you mean the other newer ones? I mean, those are the old tricycles, but... Robert, I'm not so sure I even remember the darn scene with the handball. Rolling around fighting. Because didn't he have like some nice apartment in New York City or something like that? Oh yeah, those are called tricycles. I'm gonna keep it real. They're all over the place. Usually you can get from one end of town to the other for like 20 pesos, 20 Philippine pesos, that is. It's pretty trivial but funny. Yes, he had a really nice apartment. I think I do remember some of that. Um, I just remember he had like, and didn't, wasn't there some like, he was like playing a big brother to somebody or something like that. It's been so long. I'm usually good at remembering movies, but honestly, I'm probably a little detached from movies just because I've been just so focused on doing other things, here in the Philippines. I don't really watch many movies, to be honest with you.
Medical center. Medical center.
Yeah, there's these tricycles everywhere. I'm gonna keep it real.
Everything, I think this is like, oh.
Yeah, definitely listen to music. That music is always a part of my daily life. Usually when I'm walking, for the most part. Uh, Robert says his friend stayed with him. There was a attractive love interest. He would test out toys for a company and fought a guy who was working after saying, I don't get it. I think I remember. Wasn't there like I don't know, like a big piano keyboard that you played the piano with your feet or whatever? You would step on it. I think I remember that too. Tony says, if you watch TV, is it in English, Filipino? Um, I've never, well, I'd probably say it's Filipino language on the television. I've never really watched local television per se. I've never watched it. The only thing I ever really see on a television is karaoke. Uh, that's about it. Steven Richards says, what's the dating scene like? Uh, the dating scene, I always say this. They're the nicest people you ever meet. But you should also be careful. Uh, I say treat them with respect. I'm biased towards, let's just say, Filipinas. I'm biased. I think they are some of the most beautiful women in the world. But again, there's beautiful women all over the world, not just in the Philippines, but I have a bias. But they're also some of the nicest people that you ever meet. But at the same time, be careful because trust is earned, not given. People, and that's not just here, you can be taken advantage of. I posted this the other day, and and it holds true. Sometimes someone's being loving and kind can be mistaken as a weakness. Just, you know, sometimes take the approach, take your time. I think in my opinion, if you can't meet somebody here, then you probably won't meet anybody anywhere. That's my opinion, uh, but I mean, it depends on, where you go. I mean, I don't think it's, for me personally, I don't think it's hard to meet anybody here. For me, I'm not speaking for anybody else. I can only speak for myself. I meet people every day. Very nice men, very nice women, very nice everybody. Everybody's very welcoming and kind here. At the same time, I always keep in the back of my mind that trust is earned, not given. And if you follow that rule and take your time, and don't always, I don't know, it's not always about the beauty on the outside, it's the beauty on the inside too. No rush, take your time, and if it's meant to be, it'll work out. If not, you'll make amazing friends here. Approach it, in my opinion, get to know people as friends. And then over time, as you get to know them as a friend, and I'm not saying friend with more than that, I'm just saying be friends with everybody. And then you'll get to know, well, I would like to take this further than friendship. Then you pursue that later. But if after a while you get to know them and you only ever feel that you should be friends instead of accelerate in a relationship, well, what if it don't work out? Then you lose a friend too. So that's my opinion. Only based off of me and my experiences. Just take your time. Especially if you're new to the Philippines or Asia like I am. I just want to just be happy, live my life, take my time, make sure I know what I want, and that's how I do it. Stephen Richards says, do you go to church? No, but I follow the Bible. That's what I do. I don't get much into religion or politics. I do what I know is what's best for me to be the best person I can be. To each his own. I don't judge people who do or don't do this or that. I don't care. That's their life. That's between them and whoever. I just know what I do for me, which keeps me connected with my relationship with God. I follow the Bible, and there's a verse in there, and that's all I'm gonna say is, when you pray, go into a room, shut the door, and what's between you and God is left there. That's it. But no, I don't go to a church. I don't need to go to a church. I can have my relationship just the way I have it. I like their traditional warm vibe, says Robert. Exactly. I find, Steven says, I find Filipinos more feminine than Western women, which I guess that's possible. Yeah, that's definitely true. And Saudi really got into the 24-hour camel races. I agree. Steven says friendship first. Rudra Shakaran says hello. Nice to see you, Rudra Shakaran. I'm just going to call you Rudra Shakaran because I apologize if I don't pronounce your name right. But welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines, because that's where I'm at. I'm Michael, living abroad here from the United States. So welcome to Castaway Drift channel live stream. Great group of people, great community here. Steven says, God bless you. God bless you too. There's a lot worse things you could be called in the world, or somebody could say to you, and I don't think there's anything wrong with just God bless you. Have a good day, good life. Yeah, like Steven, it is a journey. Life is a journey. Hopefully it all has a happy ending. Hishkwat says, hey. Nice to see you, Hishkwat. I'm gonna make my way down here back towards the water before I end this live stream. That's where I'm gonna go. Down near the water. And then it'll be time for me to eat because I'm getting hungry. And being that I started this earlier, I figured I'd eat afterwards. I'm not a big eater when I first wake up. Caden, my man, how have you been? Nice to see you, Caden. Tony says courtesy pays. Yes, it does. Nice to see you, Caden. My brother from another. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, at least it feels like it. I don't know. Steven said, oh, wow, David, you just freaking 8 months. God bless you. Thank you for always being here, David. Nice to see that pop up on the screen. Steven says, what I miss about the Philippines is the sense of community that is missing in Australia. Yeah, I mean, it's just different here. And until someone actually gets here and experiences it for themselves, that's honestly the best way. I mean, I can say and show my happiness and inspiration as best as I can, but again, you yourself, unless you've never, if you've never been here before, that's the best way to learn, is to come here yourself. But thank you for being here, David Jessup. Thank you for the 8 months. That's so awesome. You've been supporting me all along. Lowell says, I am supposed to hear from pain clinic next week of when my trial spinal cord stimulator surgery will be, and the final spinal surgery about 2 to 3 weeks after that. Man, Lowell, I hope everything works out, man. You're in my thoughts, you're in my prayers. I know that's cliche to say that, but thinking of you, Lowell. Always appreciate you being here, supporting my channel. If I could wave a magic wand and make all your health things go away, I would. I wish I could. And but I pray and hope for the best for you. I appreciate you always being here. Robert says, I lived in Ecuador and the women were very warm, and being a tall white guy was helpful because I was rare looking for the area, same as exotic gal in the US. Yeah, that's the way it is here. I'm sure I get attention because I'm different. It's okay to be different. Just be nice, kind, considerate, respectful, in my opinion, and everything will be just fine. Everything will be okay. That's the way I do it, but that's just me. Chris says, what's a typical favorite lunch for you there? Quite honestly, lately, Chris, I like this question. I've been going to Sakura, it's Japanese. I've been getting like 2 things actually. It's like udon soup. It's like ramen, but it's not ramen. Actually, it's apparently better. I know the owner, he's from Japan, he's Japanese, super nice guy. He owns like a few places or runs a few places here. So I've been getting that. And the other thing, I forget what it's called, but basically it's like rice with a layer of egg, chicken. It's like omelet egg. It's onion and chicken in it over rice. And then the udon soup, it's like beef, spring onions, radish, some type of noodle, and then this broth. It's really good. I like soup. I've always been a fan of soup, but it's udon, U-D-O-N, but they have different variations of it, and I tend to get this same one. It's like spring onion, beef, radish. It's crushed radish, and it's like pureed radish. Maybe sometime I can actually do a live stream in there when I'm eating, if anybody cares. And the prices are like very reasonable. But Japanese food, he runs his ingredients are very clean. Like he doesn't like put he just doesn't have bad ingredients. And that's probably why I like it. So I get the egg, the protein, and then the soup. But that would be my favorite recently, Chris. If I don't eat that, I'll go and get my favorite sushi at Melton Pot, a place called Melton Pot. It's called Fried Volcano, which is like, it's wrapped in a seaweed wrap. And then there's like tuna and salmon in it, but it's like deep fried. It's not raw, but it's really good. I post maybe on Facebook. I think I did make a short from Melton Pot, and I think it's when I did the the fried volcano. I think I did. Tony says H something. Tony says, Lowell sounds like the same kind of operation my brother had on his back with spinal stimulator, and he's doing fantastic. I will pray for you. Yeah, Lowell, I hope everything works out. Robert says, was a bit dangerous. There would be safer. How much is an available meal? Robert, are you asking me like how much does it cost for like an average meal, you mean, or something? I'm trying to think. When I get that soup and that egg, rice, chicken, two separate things, it's like 180 plus another 160, maybe three. It's like almost 400 pesos. 300 pesos is like $5 to $6. So give or take that. I don't really think about it that much. I mean, I don't really like spend all that much when I eat out. Now today, being that I'm eating later, I'll do this and then just go to this Japanese place and eat there. I only eat two meals a day. Breakfast, lunch is one, dinner's one. That's it. I don't breakfast, lunch, dinner. I don't do that. Now, if I need a snack or something, then I'll eat fruit. I'll get a banana. I'll get a mango. I'll get some sort of fruit or something like that. Jonas, hey Michael, I'm Jonas, security guard. How are you? If not busy, I want to treat you and panda ice cream right now. Jonas, you might have to, I don't know which panda one you're at. I'm trying to figure out, but Jonas, soon, you're going to have to let me know. And you don't have to treat me to panda ice cream. I don't usually eat ice cream, but I appreciate that. Robert says, healthy food tastes 10 times better, plus you aren't hungry 5 minutes later. I agree. I fried the volcano once. Maybe you mean you tried the volcano once or fried? I don't know, Smokey the Bear. Lowell says, thank you, Tony. Trying to control lumbar and tailbone pain, pinch nerves. If it helps my diabetic neuropathy in my feet would be a bonus. Again, Lowell, thoughts are always with you. I'm sorry you even have to go through all that. Robert says, average, yes, sorry. I mean, yeah, like I can get like the fried volcano sushi, which is like, I think 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like rolls in it, like 200 and something pesos. And that sushi would probably cost a lot more in the US. I mean, I don't remember the last time I had sushi in the US. I wasn't eating sushi often, but here I do. We have a Sakura chain here. Cook the food right in front of you, tasty and healthy. Yeah, I love this place. Roll Flynn, trust me when I tell you this, if you want to help the neuropathy in your food, believe it or not Xanax. I eat breakfast and dinner, snack on fruit and nuts and meat sticks. Yeah, that's fine to do that too. Yeah, if I had beef sticks here, good ones, grass-fed beef sticks, I'd eat them here. Some of that stuff I was going to ship in a Balak buying box, but it never got to happen because where I live in Pennsylvania, the closest Balak buying box shipping place, now they will travel to your home to pick up the box. The only problem is if there's nobody else shipping a Balak buying box in your area and like I was the only one, it's not worth it for them to travel there. And I get that, but it's kind of misleading when they say they'll come to your house to pick it up. But that's only if that trip is worth their while and there's other people in the immediate area that are gonna ship, lighting on, that'll ship that as well, or shipping as well also. And then they're like, you can come to Baltimore, Maryland, which is whatever, an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm like, no, I'm not traveling to Baltimore, Maryland. I'm in the United States for 29 days. My mom just passed away. So I was kind of upset, but I was only gonna ship dry food related stuff. It would have been this organic granola that I love in the US, which they do sell it on Amazon, but they don't ship food to the Philippines on Amazon. So I was gonna ship the granola, pumpkin seeds, the meat sticks, beef sticks that are grass-fed, and something else. Oh yeah, the everyday dose mushroom coffee that you can get in bigger bags in the US, but you can only get the small ones. But thank goodness I can get the mushroom coffee that I like everyday dose. No, I'm not sponsored. It'd be great if I was, but no, I'm not. uh, they do ship that in Amazon, which I would think anything you consume would be considered food, but they don't obviously consider coffee as food. So I can get that. Robert says, what are your favorite sushi rolls? That from Volcano. I think, Robert, if you go to my short videos on my channel, I did make a pit stop and got the fried volcano sushi. You'll see it. It's in there. It's a short video. And I show you what I got. And you can see it. And yeah, your mouth might water after seeing it. But yeah, I've done that before. Again, if anybody's on my live stream that's new to the channel that you haven't said hello, and that's okay if you haven't, please double tap the screen. I greatly appreciate it. Helps the channel, simple as that. My name is Michael in Dumaguete, Philippines, at the Rizal Boulevard currently right now, from the United States. And if you're not a subscriber and you want to support my channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. Please subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate that too, because I'm like 3 minutes away from my 120 minutes, which is 2 hours. I try to stay at 2 hours daily. Plus, I like to keep my battery somewhat good. Although the battery is much better now because I did get a new battery when I was home recently in the US, replaced the battery in my iPhone, and it makes a world of a difference. It's well worth the investment. Not only is a new battery good, but it also, when it's a healthy 100% new battery, the whole operating system in your phone works so much better. Can you find organic beef tallow there? I have not seen that, Lowell, but if I could, I would. Maybe there's somebody else that knows of me being able to get beef tallow here, but I'm not aware of it. But yeah, beef tallow or grass-fed butter or anything like that is the best thing to cook your food in. Stay away from seed oils. I recommend staying away from them. Vegetable oil, canola oil, that's all garbage. Robert says, my favorite is salmon avocado rolls, which is, yes, I agree, that is good. But now they are saying there are parasites. Possibly. I don't know. I mean, you hear about shrimp being, because they're considered bottom feeders, that we shouldn't eat shrimp because they're bottom feeders and they have a lot of, I don't know, something in them. I don't honestly eat a lot of shrimp since I've been here. I guess I'd eat it occasionally at home. I eat more salmon and tuna than anything right now. But like I said, fried volcano, I always do this. My fat fingers. Fried volcano is this, the tuna and the salmon's cooked. So, hi to all life forms. Hello, Chiro Pro. I remember you, Chiro Pro. Yeah, I would be a life form, human life form. Lois says a tallow and olive oil, yeah. And avocado oil is fine as well. Avocado oil, as long as you get good single origin olive oil. Sometimes they get multiple origins. You just have to look for it. Usually it's kind of like engraved on the bottle. We'll show you that it's multiple origins, but yeah. Avocado oil is fine. Coconut oil is fine. That I know of, anyway. Robert says, I need to feed my tapeworm, so I'm going to be eating salmon raw. Keep the worm happy. Hunt Bar says, Michael, are you keeping up with the Little League? You know what? I've gone to the Little League World Series when I lived in Pennsylvania, and one of the greatest experiences I ever had. But no, I have not been keeping up with it. But I've been to the Little League World Series in Williamsport several times, and it's one of the best experiences that I can honestly say, because these young kids are so talented at a young age. I actually enjoy watching that over professional baseball, to be honest with you. But I did play baseball way back in the day. Have you tried mushroom gummies? Great for, no, I never got into the mushroom gummies, but my coffee has like 4 functional mushrooms in it. Tastes like coffee, smells like coffee. I think it's like lion's mane, chiaga, I always forget the other two, but there's apparently 4 functional mushrooms, collagen, amino acids, L-theanine, L-theanine, however you say it, and it's really good coffee. Robert says, favorite tea? Probably green tea, black tea. There's a lot of teas because tea is very medicinal. I've eaten dandelion root tea. Like, I've had a lot of ginger tea is good. Like, I like a lot of them. Honestly, I probably don't have a favorite. Hibiscus tea. Yeah, there's a lot of teas that I like. Are you familiar with local poisonous plants, animals, and shop owners? I'm not very familiar with the poisonous plants here, to be honest with you. Jesus said you should coach a team. I don't know. I think I like coaching from this way. If this is a form of coaching, just inspiring and motivating people. If I inspire and motivate anybody, I don't know. I kind of like doing this. This is fun for me. Is cannabis legal there? I don't know, Robert. I'm not sure. All right, where are we at? 121 minutes. Again, before I depart, if you haven't given me a like, please, you're more than welcome. Give me a like. It just helps my channel grow. If you're new to the channel and you're interested in subscribing, supporting Michael from the United States, living here abroad in Dumaguete, Philippines, I'd greatly appreciate it. But with that being said, 2 hours is usually my time limit. Time for me to eat. I'm hungry. I'm going probably Japanese. Maybe next time. I did do a short of the Japanese place too as well. That's one of the most recent videos of the Sakura. So I did show that. I don't know what I ate in that. I don't remember. Kind of mix it up, but Jesus, next time, because my battery, I got to protect my battery, and I don't want to use too much, and then I'm forced to run home to charge my battery, and I didn't bring my power bank. Just one less thing to have me weight down my shorts. Robert says, good stream, keep up the good work. I'm just, like I said, I appreciate that. I just like when people come, regulars, normal, your friends, we have a community, we have fun, we talk about anything and everything. I'm thankful, I'm blessed for it all, really. Again, you do remember what you ate. From the video I made, the Japanese place, it was either udon soup or something. I know I had udon soup for sure. I don't know if I had anything additional or not. It was one of the first times I went there, but I liked it. Miss TJ Tadget, Mr. Tadget. But anyway, Dijer says hello. Anyway, everybody, I'm gonna roll. I gotta eat. I appreciate it. Always, you guys are great, supporting me, being here for me. I couldn't do it without you. That's honestly the truth. So that being said, no matter where you're at in the world, good morning, good afternoon, or possibly good evening, which most of you it is good evening. Have a good night, and I'll catch up with all you guys later. Please come back. I appreciate it. Again, if you didn't give me a like, double tap the screen. It helps. Simple as that. Subscribe to my channel. Don't be a stranger. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to ever comment, say hello, tell us where you're from. All that stuff. So have a good day, you guys. Have a good evening. I hope to see you all soon, next time. Probably Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I prefer doing live streams on weekends. Most people can stay up later on the East Coast. They don't have to get up for work. Later, Chris. Thank you. I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. See you.